with a 3-mile journey and 12 flights to jump, and they're off in the Albert Bartlett Novices Hurdle Grade 1. And quite a short run towards the first flight of hurdles. It's Deryn Ross together with Rock Point who are the first two, with also Cap York prominent, and so too quite keen Minella Indo as they go over the first of the 12 flights of hurdles. Well, the leaders jumped it well and all safely over, with towards the rear of the field Dorals Piergi racing together with Dinon towards the rear of the field. Very keen towards the wide outside is Dicky Diver towards the rear third of the field as they skip over flight number 2, and in the centre it is Deryn Ross with towards the inside Rock Point, a little bit wider to these Cap York, and these are the first three. Minella Indo took it in 4th position. Towards the inner Stony Mountain wasn't that fluent, and Richard Johnson just had to slip the reins, but it wasn't a serious error and didn't lose any ground. Held up right at the back of the field is I Charlie. He's in the last trio together with Dorals Piergi, and so too as they take the dogleg turn Dinon. They go on then towards the flight taking them towards the top of the hill. This is going to be flight number 4. As they come to it, Deryn Ross and Rock Point. Deryn Ross took off in front over that flight of hurdles, all safely over. Still very keen on the outside is Minella Indo, and now making a move out very wide is Nadetak, who's got the white cheek pieces. And as they shuffle the pack, Rock Point is just dropped back now to 5th position. Around the outside is Darlak, who's racing in 6th, and Stony Mountain is in 7th, and First Approach is racing in 8th. Towards the inside, Ask Ben is next in the field. Then a little bit wider to these is Alao. Alao is then being followed by Birchdale, and then after Birchdale, as they make the run down the hill, is Dicky Diver, with trying to make ground towards the inner Alsa Mix as they face up now towards the next flight, and this flight will be flight number 5. I Charlie is the one who is right on the inside and held up right out the back of the field as they rise now at flight number 5. Deryn Ross in the centre just touches down in front to Rock Point, who took it in 2nd. Minella Indo was in 3rd, and in 4th position was Cap York. Then towards the inner Stony Mountain took it in 5th, with Darlak travelling wide, Nadetak widest of all. They're then followed into the home straight by Ask Ben, who's racing on the inside of Birchdale, who's racing in midfield. Alsa Mix is alongside that one, and then making ground towards the inner is Dorals Piergi. Towards the outer of these is Alao, who's got the vivid red jacket with the blue cap. He's just ahead then of Commander of Fleet, who shuffled back. Listenagar Oscar is next in the field. Still towards the rear of the field, I Charlie, who is just about the back marker, and last but one is Dinon, and now Dinon just at the back of the pack. Very tightly grouped though as they go over flight number 6. It will be the last in a circuit's time. Salsaretta is another one of those who's right towards the rear of the field, and so too in the last third is Rhinestone as they race away from the enclosures. So it is Rock Point on the inside of Deryn Ross, the first two at halfway in the Albert Bartlett Novices Hurdle, with around the outside Nadetak in a share of 3rd, with Minella Indo towards the inside. Stony Mountain is racing in 5th position, about 5 lengths off the leader, followed by Cap York, who is in 6th, and in 7th place then is First Approach. Darlak a little bit wider, and then Alao, then Birchdale racing alongside Alsa Mix. Towards the inside is Ask Ben, who's just alongside Listenagar Oscar as they take the first flight taken down the back, and there was a mistake on the inside by Stony Mountain, who didn't get very high. Rhinestone is coming under a ride and already been shaken along. 1 or 2 being pushed along. Cap York, another one who is now off the bit. They've got racing a long way out here as they go over the second flight down the back. That was flight number 8, and it is Rock Point and Deryn Ross still the first two, with back in 3rd Minella Indo, and out wide in 4th is Nadetak as they crossed over the third of the flights taken down the back straight, and still the first to last split is no more than 7 lengths, very tightly grouped as they enter the final 3/4 mile. They reach the top of the hill and they go now towards the third from home, and Deryn Ross has still just got the lead with Rock Point on his inside, and still keen on the outside through 2/3 distance is Minella Indo as they're about to cross over the next. Cap York is back in 4th, and Nadetak in 5th as they crossed over that flight of hurdles. After these First Approach, and then Birchdale, who is creeping into contention. Then they're followed by Alsa Mix, and then after those is Ask Ben towards the inside. Around the outer is Alao, Alla-O is just in behind as they make the run down the hill. Lisnagar, Oscar, and then the mare Salsaretta is beginning to creep into contention. Dinon is now coming under a ride, and then Dicky Diver, who's switching out wide. So too I Charlie as they make the run now down the hill. The one who is totally tailed off is Darlak, and he has been eased towards the rear of the field, and so too a Stony Mountain. They're making the run down towards the final half mile, and towards the outside Minella Indo racing alongside Darren Ross, Rock Point, and these are then being followed by Birchdale, who's just hunting them up. Nadatac still has every chance towards the wide outside. Alsamix made a bad mistake but was already well held, and now they're being out to make the turn back towards home. Minella Indo and Rachael Blackmore still have the lead as they make the turn for home, with one to take in the Albert Bartlett. It is Minella Indo who has travelled powerfully throughout. Salsaretta is right over on the far side. Darren Ross has every chance. These are then being followed by Commander of Fleet, who is staying on. So too is Alla-O, and after Alla-O is Lisnagar Oscar. They're racing down inside the final quarter mile. It's Minella Indo who still has the lead and has the rail to help. Staying on, Commander of Fleet has now got to within 2 lengths as they cross over the last. Minella Indo still has a lead of 1.5 lengths. The Commander of Fleet is continuing to stay on. They've now gone clear of the third. Alla-O, they've got another 100 yards to go. It's Rachael Blackmore and Minella Indo, and Minella Indo has taken the Albert Bartlett. In second place was Commander of Fleet. Back